I'm Naomi. You might be wondering, what is gaming? I know, it's a mysterious concept, but I'm here to teach you everything there is to know. Let's go! All right, let's play some games.
As esports tries to grow, we love support from brands like AT&T, so it's been really cool to have them here and to help create experiences like this one.
I just love the environment. First esport event for me, so it's really cool.
You guys see? It's not so hard. It's super easy. Esports, not that scary. You guys got this. Don't worry, there's a lot more to come. I'll send you the recap.
I met Wora in 2012, and it's always great to work with Wora, but it also makes me think about my own practice and my own questions. We're not thinking about what it is that we're going to do in the time.
Yeah.
For this one that we were going to...
It's a beautiful, kind of supportive environment.
It's nice to know that such a relationship can develop over years, and I'm excited about that.